Okay. All right. You know what I mean? Sorry for the inconvenience. My iPhone would, all of a sudden when it say low storage. You know what I mean? Of course, when you're speaking spiritually, you know how it goes. It is what it is. Or giving truth, period. The devil don't like it. So, again, when I see Cheese, I'm like, Cheese? He turned around and he had this shock look. Like, you here? And then he smiled, but then he did like this. He said, man. I was like, what's up with you, man? He's like, man. Like on some like, it is what it is. I'm here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't say it like he was stressing, you know what I mean, going through it or sad. He just said it like, man, like anybody that know Cheese, the times I busted up with Cheese at shows and stuff like that, he was the same way as he was on Earth, like how he, how Cheese swag was. Like, he'd be like, oh, you already. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man. He's like basically like, what can I say? I'm here. So I said, yeah. I said, yeah, but Cheese, I said, this is what I said to him. I said, yeah, but one thing you can say, you know what I mean? You ain't in no fire, like going through it in no fire. He started laughing. He's like, yeah. So I said, well, look. I said, I didn't die yet. You know what I mean? And he looked at me like, what? You know what I'm saying? He just gave me a look like what? Like, well, how you here then? I was like, yeah. I didn't die yet. I said, Jesus let me come here. Jesus let me in here. So he just put his head down, like not put his head down, but like look down like, oh, I see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, yeah. I was like, but since I'm here, while I'm here, I said, give me a message to give to your family. Give me a message to take back with me to your family, to tell your family. This is exactly what he said. He said, I ain't believe in Jesus when I was on earth. I didn't believe in Jesus. So I said, all right, but I do. I said, Jesus is the reason why I'm here. So give me a message to give back to your family when I go back. Then he said, Jesus wasn't my father when I was on earth. So I don't know what to give you. And in the spiritual realm, you automatically know what they're saying, right? So I know what he was saying. He was basically saying, since me and my family don't believe in Jesus, they're not going to believe you, no matter what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically no matter what message I give you to give to them, they're not going to believe you. Because we don't believe in Jesus. I know that's what he was saying. He said, Jesus wasn't my father. That's exactly how he put it. He said, Jesus wasn't my father when I was on earth. So he said, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to give you. So I told him, I said, listen, but I'm here because of Jesus. I said, just give me something to give your family to let them know that I really seen you, that I talked to you. He said, you know what? All right. And he smiled. He said, tell him I missed that frost. I said, you missed that frost. This is exactly what I said to him. I said, Cheese. I said, out of all your family, I said, then you know your dad. Your dad gonna be like, come on, man. Come on, man. That boy's high or something, man. Cheese looked at me. He laughed and said, what you say my dad gonna say? It's like you could tell he missed his dad. Just how I imitated him. Had him cracking up. He's like, what you, he stepped back, he looked, he's like, what you say my dad gonna say? He did like that. What you say my dad gonna say? I say it again. I said, your dad gonna be like, come on, man. Come on, man. That boy's high or something, man. I said, listen. I said, is that what you really want me to say, man? I said, because if I don't have me going back saying this and they look at me like I'm crazy. He said, tell him I missed that frost, man. I said, all right, I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to tell him that. You know what I mean? So I turned my way because my mind was made up that I was going to go ahead back. Go ahead back to the portal so I can go back. And when I turned my way, he turned his way. You know what I mean? And went back to where he was chilling at. So, with that being said, I'm on my way back to try to find an area where the portal was at, and I look over and I see this girl standing on steps. The steps was going downward. I believe it was another level of paradise, but I didn't want to go down those steps because I still had worldly conscience too. I didn't want to go downward, and when I seen the windows, I knew not to go out the window. I didn't want to go out of the window, and I didn't want to go down the steps. I didn't want to go down, and I didn't want to go out. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to go those angles. I didn't want to, and not saying, like I said, not saying those steps that was going downwards was hell. It could have just been another level of paradise. But like I said, I still had partially of a worldly conscience at the same time. I still had a worldly conscience. You see, I told Cheese I didn't die. I said I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? And forget the die yet. I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say. Jesus already let me know in his own way. I can't die. Take it how you want to take it, man. It is what it is. So make a long story short, as you see, I'm talking to Cheese, and Cheese ain't dead. So with that being said, so I see this girl standing on this stairway that's going down, and it was light down there. It didn't look dark down there, but she was hanging up like a drape. She was hanging up something. So it had words on it and designs, but she just kept staring at me. She didn't look, she wasn't smiling, but she wasn't looking serious either. She just was staring at me. And I'm saying to myself, who is this girl that's staring at me? And she had long hair. But it's like I had already had my mind made up to go head back to the portal and start heading back. So I said, I'm just going to keep walking. Because the Lord let me know in my heart I could keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, another thing I did while on my way back to the portal, I said, let me just peek out the window. So, go ahead. So, when I peeks out the curtain, I said, I just want to see. I just want to see what's out there. When I look out there, it's darkness. It's darkness, but it looked like how it would look if you look out the back of a house and see other backyards and it's nighttime. That's how it looked. But my worldly and spiritual conscience said you don't want to go out there. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like basically you don't want to lift this window up. You don't want to go out there. Trust me, you don't want to go out there. It's not what it seems. You go out there, trust me, it's not going to be a neighborhood. It is what it is. It's not, yeah. You just don't need to see that. You don't need to, it looks like that for a reason. You don't need to worry about, just worry about where you at. Just focus on where you at. You know what I mean? So, close it, put the curtain back how it was. So I said, let me go look for the portal. So I can get back to the portal. I'm looking for the portal. I ain't see the portal. Now, mind you, in my mind, I already know. Life, death, all that stuff. I know I'm not dead. I told him I'm not dead. And so that's on my mind. So as far as looking for this portal, I know it started to come to me. If I don't find this portal, I can't get back. So next minute, I start seeing the vibration of the circle. So I say, all right. I say, there it go right there. So I walk over to it. I stands on it. So I'm standing on it, and I'm trying to see how I can go down in it. Physically, like trying to, jump on it, whatever, press down on it. And I'm like trying to figure out how to do it. You know what I mean? The next minute, my family was calling me, and I woke up. What's the coincidence when I'm trying to go through the portal, I hear my family calling me and I wake up? Like it is what it is. So it's like, it is what it is, man. Like I said, my job is to give the message. If nobody don't want to believe me, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm the same one that has spiritual encounters in this realm and have a witness. Matter of fact, 2 witnesses from 2 spiritual encounters I had on this earth, and got witnesses. So my spiritual encounters is real. That's not my first time seeing somebody in this realm that died. I seen them in this realm and in my dream. I seen people that died in my dream. It's not my first time. You know what I mean? And people that passed away sent me to go pray with their son and everything. My homie, like, he know who he is. You know what I'm saying? And I told him things only his mom would know. You know what I'm saying? His mom passed away. So with that being said, yeah, you know, I seen Cheese, man. He all right. He's all right. He just in that area where he's waiting. He's waiting to be judged. He's waiting to be judged. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was glad to see him, but another thing I got to say, because my loving little cousin Gabby just passed away. So when I woke up from that, I said, Dad, I said, I didn't even look for Gabby. I should have looked for Gabby. My cousin Gabby just passed away, so I'm like, you know, I should have looked for Gabby. But then I had a flashback of the girl that was standing on the steps. But I said, no, if that was Gabby, Gabby would have ran to me. She would have said something to me. She would have came to me. But, you know, I got a sister that passed away. There's a couple people that could have been. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Glory be to God.